Hardworking queen, positive queen, loyal queen, successful queen, loving queen, God-fearing queen, respectful queen, ambitious queen. The everyday queen. You know the everyday queen. You know the everyday queen. Ooh, 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 the everyday queen. You know the everyday queen.
Welcome to the Everyday Queen. I'm Tina.
I am Rudy.
And we are so excited to have a great day, a great show. Are you excited, Queen?
I'm really excited.
Yes.
Before we get started, let's give you a big happy birthday. Happy birthday. Yes. You are aging backwards.
Oh, come on with it. Yes, honey. Yes. Aquarius season. Yes. Let's go. I truly want to appreciate everyone giving me birthday love, birthday shout outs. I really want to appreciate it. And I'm just so blessed to see another year. So thank you, everyone.
This is your year.
Come on, come on with it. Let's
claim it.
Whoop, whoop. All right. So today we are going to do our Crown of Relationships Part 2. We want to spread the love. We see we're wearing red. Happy Valentine's Day.
And happy Heart Month.
Yes,
well.
it is.
Yes.
Let me feel your heart. Okay.
It's
So, as we get started with today, we have two special guests, Darren and Jaleesa Smith, and we're going to hear their perspectives on marriage. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. So, Darren and Jaleesa, can you introduce yourself? You know how long you've been married?
How did you meet?
Go ahead.
Ladies first. Go ahead, man. No, because we have different ideas about how we first met. But this is Darren, my husband. My name is Mitt. You can call him Mitt. My name is Jaleesa, and we've been married for 4 years now. 4 years as of yesterday. So, thank you. We are not. How long have we been together for? Like 10 years, something like that. We don't even know.
We met in 2011, right?
Yeah.
And then we really got official.
Like at the end of 2011, yeah.
Like 2012 for real.
Yeah. So we've been together for like 9 some years, married for 4.
Okay.
And there we go.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Well, that's a blessing. All righty then. That's how y'all met, and the rest is history.
I know that's right.
Come on with it.
How did we meet? My bad.
No, that's
I didn't know if it was a secret.
But you met. All right. Did you swipe left? Did you swipe right? What was going on?
Oh no, this man. Okay, we met because we worked in the same office. For different organizations, same office. He noticed me. I didn't see him. And then he stalked me for a good 10 months. And then we went on our first date. And then after that, it was history.
Oh, so
sweet. He has a different idea. You definitely stalked me. I thought he was just going to be free dinner. Like it was just going to be like a one-time date.
Yeah.
He's kind of cool. He's okay. Yeah, all right.
Well, this is how I met her. I met her so we graduated in 2009.
Yeah.
I went to school
graduated 2010.
with both of the hosts. I went to school with y'all. We graduated in 2009. So I got my first job for the government in Maryland. And then that's where I met her at. And I met her in the break room through a mutual friend.
Yeah.
And I seen her name tag when I seen her in the break room. And then, so, we had a little IM at work. So. I said, nice to meet you in the IM. And then from there,
who is this?
I definitely was pursuing her more than she was pursuing me. But after she got to know me, she couldn't stay away from me. So.
With your charm on, I like that.
Let's tell the facts.
Shut up.
And let's go ahead and put this out there because we never tell nobody this. When we met each other, I had a girlfriend, she had a boyfriend, and I told her we getting married.
Real. In my defense, me and my ex were on the way out, but I didn't want it. He didn't know that. He didn't know that. Yes, I was. We were on our way out because it was a long story, but I didn't want to tell him that because he was always in my face. And
I told you her boyfriend at the time was living in Jersey while she was in Maryland, and I told her it wasn't going to work out. and it didn't.
You just knew. Okay. That I want to keep that point. We have a question about
yes,
that. So
we'll come
back to that. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So I'm going to start off with the questions. So the first question is, how did you stay afloat during COVID-19? Because some couples, they didn't make it. So what was helpful for y'all to survive in y'all marriage?
It allowed us. It allowed us to actually get on the same page, because when we had the job, she worked about an hour and a half from the crib. I worked a lot from home, but when I did go in the office, I was about, might as well say, an hour as well. So basically we only had time to spend time with each other for real on the weekends, when we just got one-on-one time. Because we got the 2-3-year-old at the time, so it was a lot of just taking care of her, picking her up, a lot of just daily chores and tasks. So when COVID hit, it allowed us to have more time with each other, and then also it allowed us to work together as far as my business. So instead of us, we kind of was doing our own separate thing and whatever it was. But now that we got more time, I needed the help. So I said, wifey, can you do X, Y, and Z for me? She did. So it allowed us to actually turn up the bag, and then it allowed me to buy her more bags. So
I know that's right.
Come on,
yes.
Power couple. That's what I'm talking about.
You do, baby.
Yeah.
It's been nice.
And then so I mean, it allowed us to do a lot of things we weren't able to do. And now that we both been working for the government for what? This is actually about to be my 12th year, yo.
Oh, wow.
All right.
So now we ain't going back. So she probably gonna quit in the next like 2 months. And because of COVID allowed that, because now it allowed me to focus on my business, allowed her to help me focus on my business. So now we get so much money that she ain't got to go to work no more. So I was like, you might as well go ahead and quit, because she hate her job with a passion.
Wow. I just strongly dislike it.
So not your passion.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so we're gonna get her up out of there. So
finally.
It allowed us to get closer to her.
So definitely grew y'all like closer. And definitely blessings on top of blessings. Yes. Very positive. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yes. So my question is, did your parents or parent play any influence in regards to who you were going to marry or what you saw in a partner or partnership?
Well, you go first.
Yeah, they did. They for sure did. I definitely respect my parents' opinion on my spouse. They did not like my ex, and he's not here anymore. So they had an influence. However, ultimately I make my own decisions. But I don't know. They really liked Darren from like the first time they met him. They just loved him. And I was just like, who are these people? Like, why? I don't understand.
Man, who wouldn't love me? Come on, bro.
So
okay. All right, light skin. We see you out here. Okay.
So they definitely helped. And then of course, you kind of learn, well, at least I learned from my parents, kind of certain traits, like character traits and stuff that I would avoid, and stuff that I and that I was attracted to. So, and what would probably be best for my future and future kids and stuff like that. So, they definitely had an impact.
All right. Darren, what about you?
So my dad wasn't really in my life. My mom died before she died in 2010. I met her in 2011. So she never even got to meet Jaleesa. But really, my mom was just, if I loved the chick, she was gonna love him too. You know what I mean? But as far as the dynamic of my mom or my parents in general, I just didn't want. I grew up in a single parent household, so I was like, whoever I marry, we gotta make this work, because I'm not about to go through the same thing I had to grow up with, and my mom had to go through. So that's how I went about it. I ain't really. I mean, y'all kind of know me a little bit, so y'all already know. In college and everything, I just was out here. You know what I mean? So I just knew when I found the one, then it was time. So the parent thing ain't really. My mom was just trying to make it work. You know what I mean? Make it work with her 2 kids by herself struggling. So I just had the thing I'm not going to be not having that. Yeah.
And I just want to follow up to that question. So what trait did you feel like you brought into your marriage from your parents or from a family member, good or bad, that you're maybe trying to work on that to bring into your partnership, and maybe a trait that you want to continue in that partnership, in that marriage?
Mine would be more so providing and protecting. That's what my mom did for her 2 sons. So Whatever even though we ain't really had much, we would never knew until I got older. Is when I realized, like, damn, we really struggling. But when you little and I needed something or I wanted something, my mom made sure she got it. By any means, she made sure. So she always was a provider, a protector. And that's what I got from my mom.
That's awesome. I love it.
I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
Definitely.
Well, right, what
Yes.
about you?
Oh, well, I mean, I don't know. So with my parents, like I grew up in a 2-parent household, but oftentimes it wasn't like the happiest household because they don't have like the happiest marriage. But you know, no shade to them, they still taught us, you know, a lot of great things, and we had a great childhood overall. But I knew I wanted to have a happy marriage, and I knew that it was just certain things that I wasn't gonna put up with, like from my spouse. And there would be no compromising on those certain things, like just fundamental things, like we're not gonna do like no hands on each other, like no like crazy arguments all the time, and then obviously no like infidelity. Like those are like my deal breakers. So I learned that from them, and I don't know, I just wanted a happy marriage, and I wanted to like be able to have the freedom to live my life the way I want to live my life. I wanted someone who was ambitious. So this man is definitely very ambitious. And that is like probably the number one thing that attracted me to him. I was like, ooh, he was talking that talk when we first met, and he was backing it up. So you
walking the 10 road.
You know, he was backing it up. So I was like, okay, you know, that was definitely like, it made me feel more secure. Like, because my dad, he did always make us feel like secure. He, you know, he held us down. But like, as far as like the love part, I wanted that too. So I knew I had to, you know, find somebody I actually loved.
Oh, okay.
A long time.
Yes. So I have another question for you all.
A long time.
On social media.
Yes. Making them kisses.
Y'all crazy.
So on social media, they often always talk about relationship goals. So with that being said, in regards to the famous people, so we were talking about people in the sports industry, people that's on the TV, reality, it can be on the big screen. What couple would you like to sit down and talk to and maybe get some marriage advice from? If you could pick any.
Barack and Michelle for sure for me.
Oh yeah!
Yeah, Barack and Michelle.
And why?
Why?
I don't know, man. They've been doing it for a long time, and I feel like, with especially when he was the president, how was he able to hold it together? You know, that's a demanding job. You know what I mean? So he was work, and that's for 8 years. He was a president. So I want to see how that dynamic was and how he held it together, because it's. And the cameras in your face all day, just like, I know that could be like taxing, man. After the first term as a black couple, I was like, there's no way he running again. And he ran again and did it again and raised 2 daughters at the same time. So I just think it's a lot to learn there from that alone, just from that. And then from what I read, because I read one of his books, how he met her and how he really, he was broke. She was in law school at the time, and he was broke. His car was like the beat up car. She still was with him. You know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of things you can learn from that couple.
That's like when we met. You had a beat up car.
No, I never had a beat up car.
That car was a mess. This car was terrible. That black car that ran down.
It was not beat up.
This shit was okay, whatever. I thought it was beat up. My opinion was beat up.
It wasn't. You was in it though.
I sure was.
It wasn't beat up.
That was just love. You know, I agree, because I definitely admire Barack and Michelle, but I also, as far as like celebrity couples, of course I want to talk to Jay-Z and Beyonce. I don't know. I know they put it in the music. She did Lemonade, all that stuff, but I want to know more. Like, what else besides the money? But I feel like they look like they're actually really in love aside from, you know, the money. So I just want to see like how they do that, like how they manage all that star power and all their assets and all that, and then having 3 kids.
And on top of like, because they do it, they show the bad too. Like when he cheated.
What's what I'm saying? She did Lemonade.
Like it ain't perfect, you know what I mean? But they still managed to. And for real, when you think about like Jay-Z and Beyonce, it's just like they break up with each other. There's nobody higher they can go to. It's just like they gotta work.
But they don't even. But I'm saying like they don't need to be with each other at the same time. Like they could just be alone.
Yeah, true.
She could be out here in these streets, but she's not.
All right. Okay. So that kind of brings me to my next question is, we all know we make sacrifices in life. Sacrifices on your job, sacrifices whatever you want to do in your career, just you as a person, with your single relationship, whatever. So what sacrifice have you feel like you have made being in a marriage in general?
Oh, man.
I could go. I
Okay.
could talk for you too, for real, for real.
No, I'll talk for myself.
For me, it was
You don't want to talk for me. What is that?
it was just challenging, like learning how to compromise and like meet in the middle. I'm so used, like before meeting her, I was so used to doing whatever I want to do, leaving when I want to leave, doing what, like having more freedom. I'm not saying I'm like don't have freedom now, but it was just like
You don't have to
if
consult
I wanted to go out
Yeah.
every weekend, I ain't have to call, just going. You know what I mean? Having it my way all the time. So the compromise with her, she ain't gonna put up with it too. Like, and she'll be out. She'll be out. She told me countless times that, you know what I mean, if I keep just like it'd be small things, they start adding up with her. You know what I mean? If I keep doing such and such, I'm out. And I had to like, do I want to, like, is this somebody I want to be with long term? And if so, I got to change my behavior. So
Yes. Ooh, that's a good point.
Yes.
yeah.
For people
Yes,
today.
say it again.
Say it again. Yes.
Yeah, so compromising, and then I mean bringing the kid into it too. It's like you start getting older. You start move. You want to move different. You know what I mean? I don't even want to be accessible no more. I don't want nobody to be able to say I seen Mitt in the club Saturday every weekend. Like, that's dumb to me. I don't like that. I like them to be like, damn, I ain't seen him in a long time, but when I seen him, he still look good. You feel me? That type thing. Not like look good, but just like,
okay, yeah,
like,
yeah, okay.
like he look happy. You know what I mean? He look like
I drink that.
not like I'm looking. No, I ain't mean like that. Nah. Like,
Maintain it very well.
It's almost the same thing for me, like the whole compromise part, because I don't know if it matters too much, but like we're both fire signs. He's an Aries, I'm a Leo, and so we always want to be like I had to get used to not always wanting to be like right in the in the argument or disagreement or whatever. And then like I've learned that I'm still working on it. I need to like tone it down sometimes when I am confronting him about an issue that I have. I got to learn how to tone it down, because he takes it as like, even though he's a straight shooter, sometimes if I come the same way, he's like, whoa, like, why are you being so mean? I was like, I'm just talking to you like how I thought you talked to me. But I've been learning to kind of soften it up a little bit and definitely communicate better, like be more vocal. Cause I like to shut down. Like when you annoy me, I don't want to talk. I just want to, I don't want to deal with it. But he's like,
yes, it is.
talk about it. I just feel like,
yeah, we have to go days. She's just being quiet. I'm like, bro, like we're not about to live in the same house, and you ain't saying nothing for 2 days straight, because we ain't gonna get nothing done that way. You feel me? We can't move forward. You can't fix nothing.
I've been catching myself.
But you forgot to mention that sacrificing like your mental space in your body when having a baby, how that happened, because that was a big thing for us too. After like the dynamic of our whole marriage relationship changed when we had a baby.
That was probably the most strain we ever had.
We ain't really planned Savannah at the time.
She was not planned.
It was, we had the wedding plan, and then we found out we was pregnant right before the wedding. So it was like we was just gonna do everything, and then it kind of all hit her at once. And then she still had to travel to work a whole hour while pregnant. So that joint was kind of bothering me too, because my wife carried my baby, and she still got to go to work. I ain't like that. So I was like, I'm not doing that again. And that's why I was like, you quitting before we have another baby.
So I would never do it again. I told myself that too. I was like, I'm never doing this again, ever.
Yeah.
But no, that was big. That was the biggest strain we ever had in our marriage, was like, at least so far, God willing. But anyway, like just having like the baby, because we knew like coming into it, like we didn't really have the whole grace period of just being like husband and wife and being in that like, oh, we just got married, it's honeymoon, let's go travel, whatever. It was just like straight into parent mode. And I guess we didn't really discuss our expectations as like father and like mother. We did like husband and wife, what we wanted from each other. But father and mother was totally different, because he would think one thing and I would think another. And I expected something more or different than what he was giving. And he didn't understand. Like, it was a lot. Like it was, and I was postpartum too. So there was that whole thing, but that was rough, but we made it through. We did.
Yes.
Yes.
With it. Yes. Strong story. Oh, yes. Yeah.
It was a lot. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But y'all made it through, and that's
That's
the
the
right
positive
part
part.
of it. And the
Mhm.
obstacles you go in life, it has ebbs and flows, but you came on back on up.
Exactly.
And it makes you stronger, as a unit.
Yeah, your
Yes.
bond is much stronger now. And y'all do a great job.
Remember, like, what do we want? Like, I had to remember, like, a lot of times, like, what do I want? Like, what do I ultimately want? Because, you know, in the middle of, like, you have like little petty arguments and like all these different things, or little things irk you and bug you. But then at the end of the day, I'm like, well, what do I want? Like, I want to stay married. Like, I want this certain type of life. Like, I want to be in love and show my daughter what a, you know, like what a healthy relationship. So like, you gotta work. Like, this junk is not easy all the time. Sometimes it's easy, sometimes it's not. So that was like the biggest thing for me. Tell myself, like, put my pride to the side.
Yes.
Like, all right,
and make it work. Y'all doing a fantastic job. Keep doing it.
Yeah,
Keep doing it. Yes, keep doing it. All right. So you want me to ask the last question? So we're gonna ask the last question.
One more question.
And this right here is a question I think all our viewers want to know. Kind of what advice would you give this new generation that are in, you know, are in marriages or embarking on marriage, especially like they call it millennial marriage now? What advice would you give?
I would say marry what you really are, be with who you really, really want to be with and really like. So what I mean by that is, like, honestly, if you like, let's just say you like exotic dances, you like strippers, right? If that's really, really what you like, go be with a stripper. Don't worry about what society say. Don't worry about what anybody gotta say, because it's a real thing. Because this was going to happen if you don't do that. You're gonna, you know, settle for what they say. You know, like reading in the book, they say get this kind of woman. Like if you look at Michelle Obama, right? That's the kind of woman on paper you'll be like, yo, she's perfect. She got this in order. She got this. So they'll go out and find a girl like that, but end up breaking her heart with a stripper on the side because they really want to be with a stripper. So if you want to be with a stripper, go be with a stripper and be happy with that. That's ultimately what's going to make you happy, not a wholesome woman who, you know, like a Michelle Obama. So that's my advice. And I see this like all the time. People, they not built for what they think they built for. They want a girl who work a good job, who come from a great family, who wanna, you know, they just like just more like the traditional woman. The traditional woman is not what it seems like new millennials really want no more. That's like an old thing. And don't act like don't tell yourself you want that, because when you really get that and you see that that's really what your life is, you're going to end up doing something to her that you don't want to, because you ain't be true to yourself and your heart and what you really want. So if you want, I don't got to be a stripper. I'm just using that example. Go be with who really like you, like who give you that feeling, like got that it factor for you. Like this is really what it. And it might not be like the looks thing is cool. And I think that's a more 20-year-old thing, looks. But when you reach 30, bro, like looks become less and less important for us. A whole lot of other things that I mean, of course, it's a good thing if you can find where they have everything, but it's not always about looks. Somebody else can do it to you, completely, you know, in a completely different way. It could be a personality, it could be, I don't know, it could be anything, but go after that. Don't be going after the looks, because that shit temporarily. That shit gonna go away. Everybody gonna be old and ugly when they 80, bro. Don't even make a difference.
All right,
good.
That was a long explanation. Okay.
It's all right. You brought it home. Yes. We were sitting there in the pool and we came back up. Yes, we did.
No, I mean, I would say be with somebody that you could definitely be yourself with, like your whole self. Like you shouldn't have to be hiding nothing, or if you're the kind of person, like, I don't know, I feel like we were very comfortable with each other.
No, we had
from the jump. No, we were super comfortable though. Like the second date, we had that whole conversation about like everything. We went to Ruby Tuesdays. I don't know. I just feel like be with someone that you could be yourself with, and that you don't have to really like put up a front for. And I had another piece of advice that I wanted to say. Oh, especially with females, I feel like a lot of times females, especially after we hit a certain age or whatever, like we just want to be with somebody. We just want to lock it down, find a man, and sometimes you just compromise a lot of the things that you actually really want.
It's 30-year-olds for the women. Usually y'all hit that 30-year-old mark. Oh, I gotta hurry up and do this.
I gotta find a man real quick.
So you just go pick somebody who just kind of okay. Fuck it. Come on, my bad for cursing out.
But yeah, I would just say, like, I mean, this is something that I feel like I see a lot is with women is like, we think we want we think we want this certain type of man or female, whatever you're into. And then it's like somebody could be completely different. Like they might look different or they might have a different kind of job or whatever, like in your face, and you don't see it. You know, there's something that you could be really actually happy with for like the rest of your life, but you're not seeing it because you're so focused on what you think your relationship should look like. You know, and I feel like if I was stuck on that, we met when we were really young, but if I was stuck on that, I wouldn't have even like been with him because I was, you know, you just had this like list or whatever.
Yeah.
Checking the boxes over.
Yeah, like they'd be like, oh, he's this, he needs a beard, he needs to be this, he needs like,
you gotta be 6 feet making 6 figures.
6 feet, 6 figures.
Ain't that y'all thing?
Yo. Look at me. Yeah, but I think it's also too about growing and evolving together. And I can definitely say you guys have definitely grown together and evolved, you know, when you first started.
Yeah.
And that's definitely a blessing. Mm-hmm.
That's a big thing. Be with somebody that you could definitely grow with.
Right.
Yes, correct. Definitely.
And bring out the best in you, I definitely.
Oh, yeah, definitely agree with that.
Sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yes. So I want to thank you, Jaleesa and Mitt. We really appreciate you all perspective on marriage, and I know our followers would definitely take in this information as well. You have anything else you want to add?
No, I just want to say thank you so much. You answered the question so beautiful from the heart, was very honest and very transparent.
Yes.
So thank you so much. And definitely hope everybody's writing their journal, taking down notes and everything because you guys definitely hit some key points. So we really, from the Everyday Queen, we want to thank you so much for taking the time out to be a guest. So thank you.
We had a good time. Thank you.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Happy birthday. All that.
Happy anniversary as well. So I know he got some up his sleeve this weekend. Ain't that right?
Yes.
Okay.
He's working on it.
He's working on it. All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that's going to conclude the Everyday Queen. We thank you for tuning in for another great episode.
Yes, thank you.
But before we go, what's the time? Is it Rudy?
What time it is? Prank call! So you stay tuned because you don't want to miss out on this prank call.
All right. Happy Valentine's Day, everyone.
Day. And you enjoy yourself. If you're single and love, show love regardless.
Yes, spread that love.
Yes.
All
See
right.
you next week. Bye.
This is Keisha. How you doing?
I'm fine.
Oh, that's good. I'm not gonna hold you, but I have some questions because me and my husband, we are looking forward to changing our bedroom over, and my girlfriend was telling me that you do fan installations. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So what we wanted to do was do a fan installation over top of our bed. And we have like really, really high ceilings. And so we want to make it like really just more exotic like. And so we want to do like a red light. So could you do a red light into the fan?
A red light into the fan.
Mm-hmm.
You already have. So you said you have a fan there already and you want to put a red light in.
Yes. I want to change my fan and I want to put a red light in it. Will you be able to do that?
Oh, brand new fan. A red light, that's different.
So can I go a little more detail why I want a red light? So, okay, so why I want a red light is, the silhouette challenge that, you've been seeing all on social media. So I don't want to put that on social media for my husband. And so when I think that red light, having in the fan, and so when it whips around, that red light comes on and I'm like standing by the bathroom, the silhouette. And that's kind of my surprise for Valentine's Day. Is that something you'll be able to do?
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Valentine's Day, ain't that this week?
Yes, I was wondering, could you come this weekend, or like maybe Friday or Saturday? So, because I have my whole little scene set up, and I wanted to also, could it play? I really wanted to play a song when I come out the bathroom. So I want to hit the fan, and it should be Avant Making Good Love. That's me and my husband's song for Valentine's Day.
This is what you need.
This is what I need. Are you able to do that? So maybe you're a visual person. Maybe you need to hear it. So when Yvonne comes on, we'll be making good. I got your legs spread. Boom, the fan. Boom, the red light. Boom, here I come.
Yeah, it could be done. You just need the right. You just need to get the right type of fixture. Because they got these fixtures now that you can control with the Wi-Fi and all that. You can control the like they got speakers attached to them and everything now.
Okay.
You need to get the right. This is all about you getting the right type of fixture that got everything that you wanted to be able to do. So that's really all it's about.
And so at Valentine's Day, when I come out and the fan is the right I got the right fixture, I got the red light, you done put it up, and then I come out with the song, it's gonna make my husband really pop. Is it gonna really do something for like just for like if you saw that for your wife come out, would it really kind of get you excited? Would you want to jump up?
Yeah, it'll probably get me excited. Yeah.
It would make you jump. Okay. It would make everything in your body just jump up.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Well, let me look at some things online, and I got your number now, and I'll give you a call back to let you know. But I really want this to be a great Valentine's Day. We've been quarantined for a while, and so I really want to get very spicy. And I think with that red light, the song, and that fan that you're going to install will do it. So I thank you so much for your time. It's so much. I do appreciate it so much.
Oh, no problem. Thank you.
All right.